Drones that can't be jammed, missiles that won't stop, and a body count rising by the day. Hezbollah has been battering Israeli forces across southern Lebanon, and Israel's existing defenses are struggling to keep up. So, Israel built something new, a drone that catches drones, mid-air, with a net. The sky has become the front line. Hezbollah has carried out a wave of attacks on Israeli forces in southern Lebanon over the weekend, hitting troop positions, military vehicles, and command bases across multiple towns near the border. The Iran-backed group launched 2 waves of attack drones at Israeli troop gatherings in al-Naqoura, claiming confirmed hits on both occasions. Hezbollah said its fighters struck a Neymar armored personnel carrier carrying an Israeli army command crew with an FPV drone, scoring a direct hit. Later, rocket barrages hit troop gatherings near the Hula School and in the town square of Al-Kantara. Hezbollah said the attacks were in retaliation for Israeli ceasefire violations that killed and wounded civilians in southern Lebanon. On May 2nd alone, Israel was reported to have killed more than 40 people in Lebanon. As Hezbollah retaliated, the sirens sounded in Israeli settlements near the Lebanese border following missile launches, reportedly sending residents scrambling for cover. It is against this backdrop that Israel has quietly begun rolling out a new counter-drone system. The Israeli military has started deploying the Iron Drone Raider, an automated, AI-driven interceptor developed by the company Vertex along the Lebanese front. The system pairs radar with interceptor drones to detect and pursue incoming threats. Once a target is locked, operators can release a net that captures the drone mid-air, deploying a parachute to bring it down without triggering an explosion. The move comes as Hezbollah has been using drones guided by fibre-optic cables, which are resistant to conventional jamming, leaving existing Israeli counter-drone systems struggling to cope. One Israeli military official acknowledged the limitations to Haaretz.
The IDF's existing counter-drone technology either cannot sufficiently address the threat, or that they are not always sufficiently available. The Iron Drone's use of radar and kinetic interception methods is intended to counter the fibre-optic drone's immunity to jamming.
Over the past week alone, 2 Israeli soldiers and a defense ministry contractor were killed in drone strikes, with more than 15 troops wounded. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the issue directly on May 3rd, announcing plans to invest the equivalent of roughly $119 billion in weapons and domestically developed aircraft over the coming decade. Hezbollah is buying drones from the same websites as we shop on: AliExpress, Amazon. A few $100s, a credit card, and a delivery address. That is all it takes to build a weapon that is now killing Israeli soldiers in southern Lebanon. These are fibre-optic drones, small, cheap, and nearly impossible to stop. The way they work is deceptively simple. A pilot sits somewhere safe, connected to the drone by a spool of optical fibre, sometimes 10 to 20 kilometers long. That wire is the key. Israel's jamming systems, the ones that have been so effective at knocking wireless drones out of the sky, do absolutely nothing here. There is no radio signal to scramble. The wire carries everything. Instructions go in, live camera footage comes out, and the drone keeps flying. Each one carries roughly 6 kilograms of explosives. On Thursday alone, 12 Israeli soldiers were wounded when a drone struck an armored personnel carrier near an artillery battery in the Shomra area. 2 soldiers have been killed this week. Engineering vehicle operator Amer Hujirat died the day before yesterday. Armored fighter Sergeant Aidan Fox was killed earlier. Dozens more have been wounded to varying degrees since Hezbollah entered full combat in early March. The IDF intercepts most drones. Dozens are launched every day, and the electronic warfare systems handle the bulk of them. But the fibre-optic ones slip through, and when they do, the consequences are fatal. Israel has 3 defense giants: Rafael, Elbit, Israel, aerospace industries. And yet, the answer to a drone you can buy online for a few $100s has not come from any of them. It has come, haltingly and imperfectly, from a collection of startups working against a clock nobody set fast enough. Companies like Smart Shooter are fitting assault rifles with smart sights that can lock onto a drone mid-flight, calculate its path, and fire with precision. One of their sights was used to successfully intercept an explosive drone in Lebanon earlier this week. But there is a fundamental problem with this approach. By the time a soldier is shooting at a drone 100 to 200 meters away, there is almost no margin for error. Miss it, and you have seconds before it hits. Other companies are chasing different angles. Robotican's Goosehawk drones try to physically intercept incoming threats by dropping nets on them. The American company Fortem, backed by Lockheed Martin, is also being tested. A firm called Extend won a tender last year and has supplied around 5,000 interceptor units so far, though insiders say that number falls well short of what is needed. Another American company, Anduril, makes an interceptor that is considered effective but comes at roughly $50,000 per unit, which limits how widely it can be deployed. Then there is Or-Eitan, Israel's laser interception system. It was declared operational. It has barely been used. The Air Force has not fully absorbed it yet, and even once it is, its range covers only a few kilometers, which military analysts say makes it nearly useless against the specific threat of fibre-optic drones attacking troops on the ground. Soldiers are maneuvering through Lebanese villages under skies they cannot fully control. And the drone hunting them was probably ordered online, arrived in a box, and cost less than a smartphone. A decade-old threat is now exacting real battlefield costs for the Israel Defense Forces, as Hezbollah's evolving drone tactics expose critical gaps in frontline protection. According to a report by Haaretz, Israeli forces operating in southern Lebanon are facing repeated strikes from explosive drones, particularly fibre-optic guided systems without an effective countermeasure. Israeli troops have been repeatedly targeted by small explosive drones that are difficult to detect and even harder to intercept. On Sunday, 19-year-old Sergeant Aiden Fuchs was killed in a drone strike. An officer and 3 soldiers were wounded, 1 seriously. Earlier in the same week, 2 more soldiers were injured in similar attacks. In another case, a drone struck near troops without casualties, and in a separate incident, a drone hit an evacuation helicopter sent to extract wounded personnel. In several of these cases, soldiers were left firing personal weapons at incoming drones as their only line of defense. These incidents have unfolded in recent weeks across southern Lebanon as Israeli ground operations intensified. The attacks are attributed to Hezbollah, which has adapted its tactics under sustained Israeli military pressure. Hezbollah's increased reliance on small drones is seen as a response to attrition in its conventional arsenal. These systems are cheap, widely available through civilian channels, and easily modified for combat. Unlike larger UAVs previously used, these drones are smaller, emit a lower energy signature, and are better suited for Lebanon's complex terrain, making detection significantly harder. A key shift is the use of fibre-optic guided drones. These systems are physically connected to the operator via a thin fibre-optic cable, often resembling a transparent fishing line, spooled from a small onboard unit, roughly the size of a toilet paper roll. This guidance method bypasses one of the most effective countermeasures against drones, electronic warfare. RF-guided drones can typically be neutralized by jamming their communication links. Fibre-optic drones cannot. Detection still relies on radar, acoustic sensors, or thermal imaging, but interception becomes far more complex. Despite years of awareness, the report notes that Israeli procurement has largely focused on countering RF-based drone threats, especially along border regions. Israeli defense firms, including Skylock, B-Sense, and Third Eye, have developed detection systems using radar, acoustic, and thermal technologies. Others, such as Centrix, Extend, and Spear UAV, have focused on interception solutions, including net-based capture systems, loitering munitions, and directed energy weapons, like portable lasers. Yet these systems have not been systematically deployed, a source involved in the field told Haaretz.
There is a need for a systemic response, not to acquire a little of this and a little of that, but a broad plan to address all unmanned threats along our borders. DDR&D has known about this threat for many years, but has not mobilized to address it.
In the absence of a comprehensive system, the IDF has relied on improvised measures, visual spotting, camouflage, dispersion ammunition, and specialized shotguns designed to increase hit probability against small aerial targets. Other concepts under consideration include physical obstacles to sever fibre-optic cables mid-flight. But these remain partial solutions. The report highlights a broader doctrinal issue. While Israel has advanced capabilities in missile defense and offensive UAV operations, it lacks a unified, dedicated framework for counter-drone warfare.